A2 Triple Crown action!
What chance does a privateer have?
Welcome to Silver Crown.
What do you say to a factory ride?
As a fan, I really like just constant racing. Race, 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 race. But it's a bummer you don't get to see the LCQ in the night show because I like the LCQ. I resonate with the LCQ because I was always in the LCQ for stuff. And ironically, the only penalty that happened at A2 was Politelli was in the LCQ, but we didn't get to see it. I do believe as the format, World Supercross does it a little bit better because the race has become progressively longer and there's different points and there's a bonus. And then even Arena Cross switches it up where if you win one of the main events, during the second main event, now you're on the back row. You get last gate pick. That is exciting. Could you imagine if Supercross did something like this to mix it up for the Triple Crowns so it just didn't feel like heat race after heat race after heat race? Even Jet Lawrence was all pissed off for being interviewed after the heat main event won because he didn't win. We still want to talk to him because Jet is a phenom and he's incredibly popular. It's a heat race, is what it feels like. Doesn't even really feel like a moto. And if they just made it a bonus point for winning, it would mean something. It would mean something just that much more. Just, they're so close. There's a saying that I keep freaking using the quote that originality is just undetected plagiarism. People have stole stuff from Feld and have made it better, aka Arena Cross and World Supercross. Now you steal from what they have and make yours a little bit better. We've got a compound effect here. And if I'm going on with the track, I don't like dragon backs because they're just dangerous. You haul ass and you end up Cooper webbing it or something. Riders end up going down. This was a much safer dragon back, except for it was on a weird corner, and I've talked about it in my technique analysis video. You should check that out. I did think that this track had more braking bumps going into the corners just because it was fast straightaways, and the race itself was fairly one line because it was going back and forth. There wasn't that much of a mix-up between lines. There were some scary effing lines, don't get me wrong. I believe Tomac and Kenny were the only guys that were triple on, and then double off, double into the corner on the back big rhythm section. And I feel bad for RJ because, dude, the guy's getting older. He's getting more mature. You would think that his racecraft, he would be settling down a little bit and it wouldn't be so good luck, bad luck, good luck, bad luck, good luck, bad luck, and then bad luck again. Because he's a guy that has proven he's got the speed to win. He just needs to put it all together. So got my fingers crossed for you, RJ, that you can pull your shit together and you can end up with this overall and start beating some of these phenoms. And I was bummed for Voland because after not making a main event and then in that last main event being third, I thought, like, sweet, he is turning it around. He is changing the guard in the scenario that he can control, and then he washes the front end. I have also said in my technique analysis, well, my crash analysis video, that I believe that the bikes were a little bit too stiff, and the track was tacky, and it brought up some dirt that made it a little bit slippery, so the front end was pushing because it wasn't grabbing, it was sliding because the suspension was too stiff. And I have said it before that I think the suspension was too stiff because how fast the track was. You just have to do that. With speed, you need stability. And we have to, absolutely effing have to, give CLUBMX a big freaking high five. Giant fist pump, giant bra to the effing moon, because old man, 33-year-old Nicoletti, was putting it to everybody. Everybody almost won that thing. I just feel like, man, could he have taken an IV, maybe a shot of an inhaler, maybe some EPO right before the race so that he just didn't fatigue and get a little bit tired or tight or whatever, man. Like, he was going. He was absolutely freaking going. I was so stoked for CLUBMX. Those bikes are proving that they are not off the supreme star Yamaha. Whether it's an amateur bike or a pro bike. There's a little joke in there as well. Those star bikes, man, they have been the cream of the crop, if I even said that right. And CLUBMX has found a formula that is close to that. So I'm hoping for the East Coast that you're going to have Kilroy as a fill-in for Marchbanks, and you got other old man being able to make it happen, and let's get CLUBMX an East Coast championship. And that goes against what I've been saying, because I want I want MX2 champ Tom Vial to bring it all home. And I really hope he does, but we'll see. Usually a rider that comes just from MXGP, they have a couple rough years. Look at Kenny. It took him a while because he kept crashing before he really put it together. And that's a good segue to the Suzuki. Man, why is it everyone just losing their shit that Suzuki is on the podium again? You've got old technology. Granted, there's some money behind that team with Progressive and yada, 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 that they're on the podium. Dude, and I've been getting a little bit of slack off the internet for being the hype man for Kickstart Kenny, saying that there's this influx in cash is going to bring just a snowball effect to them getting a better program. You're seeing in the broadcast that Suzuki's on the back. You see the overlays. I do like the overlays on the production where you'll see it. The guys go across the straightaways or in the jumps or over the finish line, the backside of the jump. You'll see some sort of a overlay for a sponsor. That's wonderful. It's a big, big logo that Feld Motorsports can sell. It's not this little itty bitty tiny thing in the corner. It takes up half the effing screen. You've got a screw loose if you don't see it. It's very obvious where they put it. And Suzuki has been one of them. To end the episode, Tomac, is there a chink in the armor? Is Webb finding the little itty bitty bit that he can just start peeling open, right? To open an orange, you just have to have a little bit of a poke, and then you can peel it all the layers away. And you have a nice, juicy orange. Stupid analogy. However, Webb may have it. Sexton, he's fast, but he's got to prove that he can be consistent. Even in the outdoor motocrosses, he'll have really good performances, and then it'll kind of fall apart on him. Webb, he can just maintain a shitty qualifying into an awesome finish. But this year, he's been qualifying really well, which means his program is on point. Abso-effing-lutely on point. Tomac, overall, if you were to put in percentages of racecraft, technique, confidence, ability, talent, bike, he's almost maxed out on everything. There's a saying that you can be decent at many things, but a master of none. Tomac is damn near a master of all. And that's why he's been so incredibly hard to beat. Especially over history, he struggled in Supercross the first few races, and that's the reason why he hasn't been as dominant. Motocross, if he struggles, he's got almost 40% more races from 17 to 24 motos to make it happen. But he's being more consistent, which is dangerous. Absolutely dangerous. This is Johnny Effenhopper. Keep it tuned to MX Unfiltered. I really, really appreciate everybody that has been subscribing. I'm up like double from what I normally am, which is meaning that you guys are starting to like these videos or starting to just hit that subscribe button. I effing appreciate it. I know your YouTube feed appreciates it. So let's just continue to do it. And make sure that you hang around for the shit show Friday evenings, Friday afternoons at noon, right? Noon is not evening. Maybe for somebody like me. I'm a morning person, right? You try to go out partying with me, I'm done by 8 p.m. Just absolutely done by 8 p.m. Anyway, man, then I get a couple whiskey shots in me, and story for another time. But you can brop with me. Bra da 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 da.